Pleasant morning, children. I hope you are all safe and good. Today, we are going to recall the important points in chapter 9, 10, and 11. Let us recall one by one. First, it is chapter 9, Soil. Soil is uppermost crust that covers the earth. It is a mixture of rock particles and humus. Soil is important for life on the earth. Soil, it is the uppermost, that is the topmost layer which covers the earth, and it is the mixture of both rock particles and humus, that is the soil, and it is very much important for the life on the earth. Formation of the soil. Soil, it is formed by the process called weathering. In other words, it is disintegration of rock, that is the parent rock. The other three factors like physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. So by this process, the soil is formed. Physical weathering, the factors like water, ice, wind, and sun. So they are responsible for formation of the soil in physical weathering. Whereas in chemical weathering, it is chemical decomposition of rocks. Biological weathering, decomposition of parent rock, it is by the action of bacteria and some other microorganism. Soil profile. It is actually the vertical section of the soil from ground surface to the parent rock. Soil profile is each section through different layers of the soil, and the various layers it is named as horizons. Constituents of the soil. It consists of both living and non-living matters. These constituents make the soil fertile, so which is making ready for the plant growth. Types of soil. Soil is of different type like clay, loam, and sandy. Sandy soil. It contains soil particle with a diameter of zero point 0.2 to 2 mm. It comprises around 60% of sand along with some clay. It is very low water retention capacity. It is not rich in humus. So they cannot able to hold the water, and it is also not rich in humus. Next, it is clay soil. It contains the soil particle with a diameter of less than zero point 0.2 mm. It has an excellent water retention capacity, and the air circulation is also sufficient. Loamy soil, it contains a good mixture of sand, clay, and humus. It has good water retention capacity, and air circulation is also sufficient here. So this is very much good for growing crop. So this is very suitable for growing crops. Next, it is percolation rate. Percolation rate of water is different in different type of soil. It is highest in sandy soil, and it is least in clay soil. Different type of soils are used to cultivate different type of crops. Clay and loam are suitable for growing wheat, gram, paddy. Cotton is grown well in sandy loam soil. Soil holds water in it, which is called as soil moisture. The capacity of the soil to hold water is important for various crops. Clay soil is used to make pots, toys, and statues. So this is about the chapter 9, soil. Next chapter, it is chapter 10, respiration and organism. Respiration is essential for survival of living organism. It releases the energy from the food. So in respiration process, it is very much important for the living organism, all the living organism, and it actually releases the energy by the food. That is, from the food, the release is energy. Oxygen we inhale is used to break down the glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and energy is released in this process. So the oxygen which we are intaking, by that the glucose it is get broken down, and it releases the carbon dioxide, the water, and energy. The breakdown of glucose occurs in the cell of an organism. This is called as cellular respiration. Cellular means which is happen in the cell. that is called as cellular respiration. During heavy exercise, that is running, jumping, any other physical activities, when the supply of oxygen to our muscle cells is insufficient, it is not up to the level, food breakdown is by anaerobic respiration. It has happened without oxygen, that is called as anaerobic. So absence of oxygen. Type of respiration. We have two types, external respiration and internal respiration. External respiration is also known as breathing, which refers to the process of inhaling oxygen from the air into the lungs and exhaling the carbon dioxide from the lungs to the air. Exchange of gases both in and out of the blood occurs simultaneously. Next, it is internal respiration, process in which food is broken down into the body cells through the various chemical reaction. That is called as internal respiration. So food breakdown and releasing of energy is internal respiration, and inhalation exhalation process, that is an external respiration. Internal respirations are further classified into two parts, that is aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Carbon dioxide and water are the end products of this aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration happens in most of all the organism. Anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. The condition it is without oxygen. Anaerobic respiration usually happen in most of the microbes. Alcohol and carbon dioxide are formed at the end of the anaerobic respiration. In some cases, lactic acid is formed at the end of the anaerobic respiration. Next, it is respiration in plants and animals. In plants, leaf have those pores that is called as stomata, which is for gas exchange. And stem, they have the openings called as lenticels, which is for the gas exchange. And roots, they have some stomatal pore for the gaseous exchange, which is from the oxygen, it is dissolved in the soil water. Respiration in animals. Respiration in animals are vary according to their characters. So like earthworm, they breathe through, that is, they respire through their skin, and an insect, it is through their body surface, and fish, it is through the gills, and frog, it is through their thin moist smooth skin, and also by the lungs. Okay. Respiration in humans. Inhaled air passes through the nostril and into the nasal cavity, and into the lungs, it is through the windpipe. So this is they are entering into the lungs. So that is the respiration in humans. Breathing is part of the process of respiration, during which an organism takes in the oxygen rich air and gives out the air which is rich in carbon dioxide. The respiratory organs for the exchange of gases, it may vary in different organisms. During inhalation, our lungs expand and then come back to its original state when air moves out during the exhalation. Increased physical activities like doing exercise, running, jumping, it enhances the rate of breathing. In animals like cow, buffalo, dog, and cat, the respiratory organ and the process of breathing are similar, that is, same to those in humans. So, this is about the chapter 10, and next we are moving to chapter 11, transportation in plants and animals. So, here we are going to discuss about only the transportation in animals. In most of the animals, the blood that circulates in the body distributes food and oxygen to different cells of the body. So this is actually the process of transportation. So the products which is moving to the next part, it also carries the waste products from different parts of the body for excretion. So here blood, it is acting as a circulatory part which distributes the food and oxygen to different cell, and also it carries the waste products from each cell and it is get expelled out for the rest, that is egestion process. And next, circulatory system consists of heart and blood vessel. Circulatory system, the blood which is gets circulated in heart and the blood vessel. In humans, blood flows through the arteries, veins and the heart. Heart, it is actually the pumping organ which pumps the blood to all part of the body. Blood is a fluid which flows in the blood vessel. It transports the substance like digested food from the small intestine to the other parts of the body, and it also contains plasma, RBC, WBC, platelets. Blood is red due to the presence of red pigment. It is called hemoglobin, which binds with the oxygen and transports oxygen to various parts. The human heart beats about 70 to 80 times per minute in an adult person. This is called as heart rate. Arteries carries the blood from the heart to all parts of the body, whereas the veins carry the blood from all parts of the body back to the heart. So these are the important points in chapter 11. Recall all those points. Thank you, children.